Okay, hello everybody. I wasn't able to get here either this week, but I don't have great technological skills, but I printed this out. I'm going to write a poem based on, I wrote a poem based on the art of Childe Hassam, who was an American Impressionist painter. And he lived and painted in the late 1800s and early 1900s. This is one of his interior shots. You can see it's kind of a lovely room with flowers and the sunlight coming in. He also did seascapes, beach shots out on Long Island, and he did paintings of New York City in the rain, where there's a famous one with a American flag that you may have remembered. Soon after 9/11, maybe 1 year, 1.5 years, I went to New York City and I went to an exhibit of his paintings, and they really kind of brought out an emotional reaction from me. And so I wrote this poem. On viewing Childe Hassam, we all looked at the beautiful pictures painted in a time before we were born, in a century before the last one, before the horrors of just yesterday and the day before. And we drank in the colors of the roses whose petals had fallen on the table. A woman looked into a mirror beside an open window. The sunlight poured into the room, filled with daffodils. It was morning, and a younger woman was reading on a settee. She was wearing a dress and stockings. Why not? It was a beautiful world, the world of the painting. It was the world that preceded our childhoods, or the childhoods we never had. In the painting, where the sun didn't shine, there was the shimmering of wet city pavement. Mothers took children by the hand and led them to a warm and comfortable place. The city had a clear view of blue sky down to the harbor. In the world of the heart, when a grassy lawn leads up to a clapboard house, it means the ocean is a stone's throw away. Lunch is almost ready, and the aroma of lilies and lilacs overwhelms the senses. We don't need to strain the ear to make out the music. A woman in lace plays the piano while her sister sits nearby. Softly, close the door so as not to disturb the slow cadence of the passing years. Thanks. I just brought one more poem. This is also about art. It's about a man who I knew who's a sculptor. It's called Artist's Studio. The artist swipes the salmon stone with a wet cloth, shakes his head at me. We go way back, he said. The man I knew as a child cuts and shapes pink marble, white marble, pink and gray. Pieces large enough to embrace, carried here from the same swath Michelangelo saw in Carrara as his Mary, her son, and David. Today, in this New England garden, the river rises when it rains, but doesn't flood the stone, the studio. On the street, as I quit the space I'll never see again, curled leaves scrape along the concrete sidewalk. Dust moves under dark, dry clouds. Will the marble change to soft marsh, water rising over the fish market, the boatyard, desert sweeping west? In the green town where you and I grew up, my parents lie side by side. Sometimes I wipe their stones clean, break up the hard-packed earth as we wait for the rain to sculpt a dry memory. Thank you.